like back in 2017, when, after Sonic Forces came out, and it was mid, like it was garbage. We know that. And we were like, damn, does Sonic Team even care anymore? Does Sega even care anymore? And we just went on from there. And like 3 years later, we got the movie. And we're like, oh my god. Like, this was actually really good. And I feel like the movie was like that little glimmer of hope. Like, there is hope for this franchise. And then yeah, we know the movie, like, it was really good. Like, a lot of people loved it, critics liked it. And then, it came out like right before the pandemic, like February 2020. And then we didn't get anything for like a whole year. And then like 2021, and then that's when like all the rumors started coming out for like and I think we all know the rumors, like, oh, a Sonic Adventure remake, hey, another Boost game. I'm like, ugh, again with those rumors. And then, like in May of 2021, I'm like, that's when we got our first announcement of a Sonic Central. Basically just a Nintendo Direct, but only focused on Sonic. And we got, we got freaking announcement of Sonic Origins. Like putting the 2D games on all consoles in the collection. And then Sonic Colors Ultimate, and yeah, we all know how that ended up. But hey, I liked it. And then that last thing that we got at that Sonic Central, the teaser for Project Sonic 2022, and it was like a 20-second teaser of Sonic just running through a forest and like making a little circle around some trees and a little symbol, and that was it. Like, wow, that was so cryptic. And then fans just started speculating so much, like, oh, what if it's another Sonic Adventure game? Like, look at like the way look at the way Sonic's shoe is. Like, maybe it's Adventure 3. I'm like, no. Like, hey, like, look at the little like pixel effects when Sonic does like a little boost. I'm like, is it gonna be like a color sequel? And I'm like for like 6 or 7 months we didn't get anything after that until the Game Awards of 2021. That's when everything blew up. And of course we got our first trailer for a Sonic movie too. And then like after that, when Jeff Keighley said like, hey, Sonic's got a new game coming out. And I remember like friggin' Fidel Games Gauge, best Sonic tuber ever. Like, and everybody, like every Sonic fan ever, just blew up. Oh, more specifically Fidel, because I remember his reaction, like, holy crap. Like, I would best describe him as like the definition of hype. And besides that, and then of course we got the official trailer, and we got the title of the game being Sonic Frontiers. And Sonic running through a forest and then looking back, and then being on the cliffside and looking back, and then we got our first official look at how the game looks, and I thought it was gorgeous. I'm like, oh my god, this game's got a budget. Like, this is like Unleashed levels of graphics, if not better. And then we got, and at the end of that trailer, we got like a Titan in front of Sonic that's like trying to kill him. And then that's when the trailer ended. And then like fast forward to like June of last year, and when we got our first ever gameplay of Frontiers. And God, a lot of people hated it. Like, what the hell? This looks like a damn tech demo. Cause I saw that and I was like, hey, give it some time. Give it some time. And actually, yeah, it was. After that, it was later, like said by IGN that was an older build of the game. And I'm like, why the hell would you show an older build? Why not show the most current one? You know, and then that same month we did get a Nintendo Direct Mini, and then Summer Game Fest happened that year, and like people were not allowed to record the game. You know, the Frontiers had a demo playable there, and people were not allowed to record anything. And I just remember like everybody on Twitter just trying to get like just trying to record or get photos of, and they looked like friggin' 240 pictures, 240p photos. And I'm like, whew. Yeah, like we were crazy. Like we needed gameplay. Like we were so hungry for it. And that's how crazy we Sonic fans are. And I remember like, and then we got a new trailer at the Nintendo Direct, and of course it was the Switch version, and it looked decent. And that's when people were like, okay, this game's looking pretty good. And then fast forward to Gamescom in August, and we got our first like big hype trailer. Like, oh my god, this game looks so good. Like fans were excited. And then of course there was also a demo playable at a Gamescom for the public, because the one at Summer Game Fest, those were for invited people. And so when the game was, you know, playable at Gamescom, you know, and I remember there was a story that somebody, and it was the PC version of the game, by the way, and people like there was one guy that got like a USB drive. He took a USB drive and then he like put it in the PC and like tried to take the demo with him back to his house, and that did happen. And so a bunch of things leaked online and that were very spoilerish. And I'm like, nope, I'm staying away from that, because I wanted to experience that game blind, and thank God I did. Like, it was hard avoiding those spoilers. Like, I had to mute everything related with Frontiers or Sonic in general on Twitter. Like, no. Like, spoilers, get the hell away from me. And then after that, I'm trying to remember. Wait, we got the Knuckles prologue animation. You know, like basically like showing like how Knuckles ended up in the game. And I really wish that was actually included in the game itself, because like people that, you know, spoiler for those that didn't play, but you know, in the beginning of the game we saw Sonic, Tails, and Amy. Like, Knuckles wasn't in the beginning. And then when you got to the second island, we're like, Knuckles, how the hell did you get here? And so, well, the prologue animation answers that. But I wish they would have included it for people that didn't know that. Yeah, and then we reach November 8th, 2022, and then the game is released. And we're like, oh my god, we're happy. This is a good Sonic game. Like, we love this. Like, I'm seeing a bunch of 7 and 8, a bunch of 7 out of 10s, a bunch of 8 out of 10s. Like, this is a good Sonic game. Thank God we finally got it. And not too long after that, we got the announcement of a 2023 roadmap of free, I repeat, free DLC for Frontiers. But we got, of course, they showed us 3 updates. Update 1 adding a jukebox photo mode and more challenges like a boss rush. And update 2 was the more cryptic one. And there was a lot more about it that they didn't show initially. It was just titled Sonic. Update 2 was just titled Sonic's birthday. I'm like, okay, it's probably birthday related. We're probably gonna get maybe like a birthday costume for Sonic or something. And then update 3 was the one that had everybody excited. Playable characters and a new story. Because the excuse me. And then excuse me again. And then I'm sure a lot of people know the ending, the original ending of Frontiers. People didn't like it. And the final boss Supreme just ended up being like a freaking copy of Giganto, the first boss fight, but with wings and a gun. And then but it looks like update 3 was going to fix that. And I think January of this year, that's when friggin' Morio Kishimoto, the director of the game, just came out on Twitter. And that's when everybody started tweeting him like, hey, Kishimoto, you think you could add this? You think you could do that? And that's when everybody freaking spammed him on Twitter. Like, please do this, please do that. Can you do this? Can you do that? And of course, yeah, he took a lot of our feedback. A lot of our feedback. He even responded to mine. And I'm like, oh my god, the director of Frontiers noticed me. Senpai noticed me. Yeah, because Kishimoto, I feel like he got a lot of flack. Because, he directed Colors, Lost World, and Forces. I think Colors being the only good game that he directed. Even though, personally, I enjoy Lost World too. That's just my opinion, okay? Don't come at me. And then, people just didn't like the games that he worked on, or the games he directed. The only good game that he worked on was Colors. And then, but when Frontiers came out, seriously, I knew he could make a great Sonic game. And he did. And then fast forward to March, we got our first update. And it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And then unlocking extreme difficulty, 1 hit and you're dead. I'm like, whew, okay. Yeah, he definitely took feedback. Because this is a lot more difficult. And then, fast forward to June 23rd, Sonic's birthday. Of course, we get the release of Sonic Origins Plus. And I'm like, yeah, who gives a fuck? And then we got the release of Frontiers Update 2. And of course, it added, birthday cosmetics and all that. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then, and I feel like that update was more focused on gameplay fixes or more gameplay options. They finally added what everybody wanted, and that was momentum. You just go to the options, change a couple sliders, and then boom, you got your momentum. And they added the spin dash, and oh my god, one of the best things Sonic has ever had. They cooked. Update 2 was so good. Momentum was everything I ever wanted in Frontiers, and I'm like, I finally got it. Yeah, like he listened. Kishimoto listened. And then for August of this year, we got at Gamescom when they announced, we got a new trailer for Superstars. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then by surprise, like Jeff Keighley caught us by surprise, and 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 we got a new trailer for Update 3 of Frontiers titled The Final Horizon. And of course, we got a little CG trailer, and we got Supreme in the background, but with like 6 arms now. And of course, we got Sonic, Tails, Amy, Knuckles, Eggman, and Sage coming in, like looking up at Supreme. And then, of course, Sonic goes super with the emerald. And then out of nowhere, and I'm like, and then he gets more like powerful, and he gets blue eyes. I'm like, holy shit, we're getting a new form. And a lot of people, everybody on Twitter, just thought Supersonic 2. Yeah, you DBZ fans know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, oh my god, he's going Supersonic 2. Hey, personally, I prefer Cybersonic. Yeah, I prefer calling him Cybersonic. And then, of course, September of this year, Final Horizon update came out. And it was very divisive. Like, people saying, like, why is this so freaking hard? And I saw this meme on Twitter, like basically just showed a picture of, like, Sonic fans, like, or no, it was titled, it showed, like, Frontiers on launch day, and Sonic fans being like, man, this game it's fun, but it's pretty easy. And then I'm sure Sonic team looked at that and like, oh, easy, okay. Okay, let's make it so brutally difficult. And then it just shows Sonic fans after the 3rd update. Like, why is this so fucking hard? Like, hey, we got what we asked for. Something more challenging. Very challenging. Like, hey, careful what you wish for. But no, I loved the 3rd update. Seriously, I liked the new. I liked that Tails, Knuckles, and Amy were finally playable again since Sonic 06. That was 17 years ago. Dear God. And like they're finally playable in a mainline 3D game again. And then we got and of course, like a lot of people were like it's very hard, like very, very hard. And yeah, I'd agree with them. But I was just happy. Like, I wanted a hard pause Sonic game for so long. Like, the last hard Sonic game for me was probably Unleashed. Like, that game kicked my ass the first time I played it. And I'm like, I want another hard Sonic game. It's been so long. I want something to challenge me. And I'm just happy I got something that was specifically made for me. Like something. I know a lot of people don't like the massive difficulty spike with the 3rd update, and I'll admit it is unbalanced. But I loved it. Something to kick my ass into mastering all the mechanics of the game. Like down, like from top to bottom. Like I loved, but in conclusion, like Frontiers as a whole, like plus the updates. 10 out of 10 game for me personally. I love the story. I love the gameplay. I love basically almost everything about it. And yes, the game has flaws. It still has flaws. Like, it is a flawed game. But it's fun as hell. Like, this is like for me personally, like this game, like for the longest time, my favorite Sonic game was Sonic Unleashed. And now that Frontiers got its third update not too long ago, like, and I just could not determine, like, is this game better than Unleashed now? Did something, like, was it able to, like, take that spot as my new favorite Sonic game? And I'll be real with you, I don't know if it does or not, because I always refer to Unleashed as the GOAT. Like, and like if I were to make a tier list, and one of the tiers being titled the GOAT, I would put Frontiers and Unleashed both in that spot, because I just cannot pick between those two. I don't know which one is better than the other, because Frontiers has stuff that Unleashed doesn't, and Unleashed has things that Frontiers doesn't, and I love them both equally. Like, it's just so hard for me to choose which one I like more. But yeah, Frontiers, it changed a lot. Like, Sonic is back. Sonic is back. And fans are happy again. And outside of Frontiers, we got so much content. Friggin' Superstars, the second movie, and of course the Knuckles show. God knows when that's coming out. And then friggin' the third movie coming out next year in December, like a whole year from now. Like we are eating again. Like so much has happened for Sonic, and it was for the better. Like, oh my god, Sega and Sonic team, they care again. Like, I'm just happy. I'm so happy we're finally back. That Sonic is back. And that we're just all happy again. And I'm sorry if y'all hear noise in the background. That's my little nephew. But hey, besides that, it was just 2022, 2023, like peak, just pure peak moments for Sonic. And then, outside of all that, of course, y'all know next month I'm going to the Symphony here in San Antonio. And I'm like, oh, and I absolutely cannot wait to experience that. That will most likely, no doubt, go down as one of the best moments of my life. And I just cannot wait. And I hope to see either Johnny Gioeli or Kellen Quinn at that show, because I would absolutely lose it. But yeah, Sonic is back.